Kim, what is our second main topic today?
Okay, Steve Calderon says, I enjoyed the trailers for Uncharted and Ambulance. You noticed in the end of both trailers that these movies will be released in theaters the same day, February 18th. It will be Tom Holland versus his Spider-Man Far From Home co-star, Jake Gyllenhaal, that weekend. I'm excited to see both movies. However, I think one of them will likely find a new release date to avoid the other. But which movie will move?
All right. Thanks a lot for saying that in, Steve. And by the way, Steve actually sent that email in a little while ago. And it's just happened to be coincidental that the news came out now. Oh, one of them moved. One of them moved. So for those of you who don't know, there is this new Michael Bay film coming out called Ambulance. It's an interesting premise. So you've got Jake Gyllenhaal, who plays, he's got a brother, and the two of them decide that they need to do a heist. They're not professional criminals, but they decide to do a heist. Things go wrong, and in the getaway, they hijack an ambulance with some ambulance workers on board. And basically, the trailers kind of suggest that this is like Speed. I think a lot of the movie just happens on the ambulance as they're running from the police and trying to get away, and all the conundrum going on. They showed us previews for it, like an extended preview for it at CinemaCon a few months ago. Aaron really liked it. I thought it looked okay.
Yeah.
Aaron quite liked it, though. She thought it looked really good. I thought it looked okay. But you're right. It was all set to launch with the aforementioned Uncharted. And here's the problem. While the Uncharted and Ambulance are going to be two different movies, there is going to be some considerable overlap, I think, between the demographics of what they're going after. Particularly, the Spider-Man Far From Home crowd. Do we go watch Spider-Man's movie in Uncharted, or do we go watch Mysterio's movie in Ambulance? Well, apparently that's not a problem anymore. They've settled it because Ambulance is moving. This comes to us from Deadline, who writes, the Michael Bay directed action movie Ambulance will go from February 18th to April 8th, 2022, which is the weekend before Easter weekend. Jake Gyllenhaal, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who's blowing up right now, and Isa Gonzalez star, and then a story about two robbers who steal an ambulance after their heist goes awry. On its previous date, February 18th, Ambulance was up against Sony's feature take on the PlayStation game Uncharted, starring Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, and Antonio Banderas. Now, it should be noted that it is now opening against Sonic 2. Now, while you may say, well, Sonic 2 is going to be pretty big, so that might be hard. Maybe yes, but while there's going to be a lot of overlap, I think, in people who want to go see Uncharted and people who'd be interested in Ambulance, Ambulance is a very fundamentally different movie than Sonic.
Yeah.
Ambulance is not a family-going movie.
Well, they're both going fast, right?
They're both going very fast. That's true. They're practically the same movie. So, I mean, one is very skews towards a family audience. One is skewing of more of an adult audience. So while there is going to be a movie out there eating up a bunch of the box office in Sonic, there's not as much overlap between that movie and this one, right? So personally, I think this is probably a pretty smart move on their part to move it where the big opposition that week is going to be a family film, families that they're personally not targeting themselves. So I'm fine with it. I also don't care that it's now moving almost 2 months because I'm not really super looking forward to this movie anyway, even though I'm a big fan of a lot of the people in it. And by the way, I am not a Michael Bay hater. I hate some of the stuff he's done, but I mean, I love the first Transformers movie. I really like Pain and Gain. I love The Rock. I don't mean Dwayne Johnson. I mean the movie The Rock. I love The Rock. But yeah, it just, especially after Six Underground that he did with Ryan Reynolds, I'm just like, maybe I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this movie would be great. Anyway, Kim, you had a chance. Did they make the right move? Like, if you're a studio exec right now, do you have this move come out a little bit earlier and face off against Uncharted? Or do you move it a little bit later against another, what will probably be popular film, but kind of a different demographic in Sonic? What do you do?
Hunky Marvel movie guys in a fast-paced adventure film cannot be on the same weekend. Shouldn't be on the same weekend. I'm glad they moved it. I'm actually a little surprised that Ambulance is in theaters. I liked the trailer, but I thought it was more of a Netflix
me too. It felt like a Netflix or an Amazon movie. Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. That's not necessarily a
Sure
bad
it is.
thing. No, not completely. Not completely.
That's
You know,
like saying
Old
straight to
Guard was
DVD.
fantastic. You know,
Straight to DVD. Yeah.
remember those straight to No, but I really think that it was a good move. Both these guys in one weekend. You know what? Let's enjoy them separately because you know what? We both love them equally as much. So good move. Good move.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about the move to take Ambulance off the release date of Uncharted and move it to the release date of Sonic 2? I actually personally think it's a smart choice. So does Kim. What do you guys think about it? Are there some other factors we're not taking in consideration here? Why this might be a bad idea? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.